Why, hey everybody out there in YouTube town. Are you ready to get down? I know I am. Oh man, Lil Nas X is doing another video and it's gonna get crazy. Or maybe not. Maybe this one's gonna be a little bit more coming of age story, I think. I don't know. The last one was so naughty. Oh, we lost it, didn't we?
We did.
She lost it. I saw, and I did too. Ooh. Anyway, we're here for the next one and we're looking forward to it. What's in the description below?
In the description below, we have some links to some fundraisers for the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as links to our Instagram, our Twitter, and our gaming channel.
That's right. So let's get to it without further ado. This is Lil Nas X with "Sun Goes Down." All right, let's get. I'm gonna hit play now in 3, 2.
Fun.
Okay, right off the bat. Close up of an eye.
Wow.
Opening.
Spooky.
Spooky eyes.
It was purple. I like it.
Okay. Wow, okay, so he's sort of going through and reliving his moments from his past. Whether it's like, oh, this way back. He's going way back. Wow. You know, he hasn't aged much.
Yeah.
He's not that old, you know what I mean? Like, so it's funny when he's looking back because he's not that old. This song, this jam is nice. This is real good, right?
I like it a lot.
I'm really enjoying what's going on here. Jam wise, this whole looking back on his childhood is very appropriate for summer. Because summer, you always think back to when you were a kid.
You reminisce.
Oh my god, especially when you're older and you graduate and you're no longer in high school or college for that matter. Oh man, school dance. Which one is it? Is it prom? Is it prom? It's the big one. Okay.
Notice it said class of 2017.
Yeah, but at every dance they usually kind of say that, right? Don't they?
No, they do.
For the graduating
just pointing
class?
out how young he is.
Oh man, he is bummed in the bathroom. I can relate to this. Crying in the bathroom. Oh god, high school. Crying in the bathroom. Yep. Mainly because girls kept saying, "Leave me alone." Oh, I'm sorry. This is great. Look, he's found his own. Like he's been empowered now by this, and he's getting empowered by that relationship to go out and to be himself, accept himself. This is great. This is about like him finding himself as a kid, and realizing who he was and what his whole life was. Not what his whole life was about, but what he was more or less about. And that's when he became, and he ascended. That's his ascending at the end with the eye thing. Man, you know, after the last video he did, this video is a big ol' like, hey everybody, this is who I am. You wanted to give me crap about expressing myself and whatnot in the last video and just sort of like rebelling. Well, now you see maybe where I came from with the rebelling, right? Like it came from a place of feeling alienated and ostracized and left out and feeling like no one understood me, and so, you know, now I have this rebellious streak, and, you know, maybe that's where it comes from, and maybe I've channeled it into a good thing. Like, it seems like that's what, in my mind, that's how I'm taking this video, because it's like, this is his most recent video after Montero, I believe. So, to go from something like that to something so wholesome like this, and something so, like, about coming of age, I thought it was tremendous.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Saw it similarly to you, but a little bit differently.
Perfect.
I felt like it was more about like, oh, you're saying all these terrible things about me. I've already said them about myself.
Right.
Like.
And had them said about him.
Yeah, but like,
more than likely.
you know, you're your own, especially when you're going through something like that at such a young age, like struggling with your identity and stuff like that. You're so hard on yourself.
Oh,
like,
man.
You're harder on yourself than any adult could be ever.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from
being
that.
very hard on himself, but also getting empowered too. That empowerment was really important.
Yeah.
Someone stepping in and empowering him like that. What did you get from the person stepping in and empowering him?
I think it was him kind of being like, question that you get a lot when you get older, specifically when you graduate high school, is what could you tell your younger self?
Or what would you if you could tell your younger self anything?
Yeah, so absolutely. I think it was him looking back and saying, in this moment I needed to be more confident in myself.
Absolutely, yes. And that is it's a beautiful way of sort of accepting yourself through a lens to the past, as it were. And he's sort of like remembering it's sort of weird. It's like memories in reverse, you know what I mean? Yeah. A memory in reverse. I don't know what you'd call that, but it's basically like that for him. He's having this memory in reverse, and he's reliving it, but living it. And then it takes him back to that time. And we've all been there before. It's like sense memory. It's like you smell something and you go, whoa, taffy, saltwater taffy. Oh my God. The pier or whatever, you know what I mean? Or the fair or some crap, right? Like we all kind of have those moments where his was this sort of, he was already in that ascended place, and he was always already in his ascended place of like where he is now, where he feels sort of, in the beginning of the video, that's a very telling thing. He sort of feels like a disconnected God right now. Isn't that interesting? It's sort of like he's like this disconnected deity almost, sort of disembodied in his own little world. But that's not a bad thing. I didn't get bad vibes from that. I got more or less like this is where he is in his world today. And he's sort of reliving things and sort of as he's going through his mind palace, as it were, or his mind galaxy or whatever he's got. Whatever you got. It could be a mind palace, mind galaxy. It could be a mind caravan. Who cares? As long as you got one and it's your place. And he was in there at the beginning in an almost disconnected place, remembering things. I think a lot of us can relate to that currently because we're all very disconnected. Whether we want to be or not, we are disconnected because of things. And so this is very relatable, sort of reminiscing and ruminating on past things and how we dealt with them. And I am glad it was a triumph, a story of triumph, and a story of him overcoming things. And it was a slow jam. It wasn't like it was more of like how do you say, a reassuring song. It was more like a jam. It was a jam. It's a summer jam, and it's the summer of jams. It's still the summer of jams, bro. But this is a thoughtful jam. Pink had a thoughtful jam, but this is way more like introspective.
Yes.
This is a very introspective jam.
100%.
And it's a delicious flavor. What else did you get from this visually?
Visually, I said at the beginning, before you gave me crap for it, that I liked that it was in like a purple world.
Right.
It was really cool, and in the white suit, the purple was extra striking, which also made the white suit extra striking.
Yeah, the colors were very vibrant, and it's sort of a carryover from the last video, Montero, where the colors were very vibrant and vivid, and there's a lot of lush, but also a lot of, I call them cosmic colors or space colors, even though it's not really. It's kind of like the color behind us. It's kind of like that sort of like purple, blue hues to things, sort of neon, futuristic kind of a thing, if you will. And he's got a lot of those colors hanging out. Yeah, liking that. Excellent point to that. If you're gonna make a music video, you might as well make it as colorful and visually stimulating as possible. And I think Lil Nas is down for that. And I know we're down for that. If you're down for that, as long as everyone's consensual, it's the most important thing. Okay? All right, everybody. Let's rate it now out of 5 things. Well, what are the things we're going to rate this out of?
Past bubbles.
Past bubbles. You know, from the past. Coming out of your head, man. So out of 5 past bubbles, what do you give Lil Nas X's latest video?
5. It told a story. It had a message. It had really great visuals.
I think message alone, it's a 5, but the message alone was already wonderful, but the way in which they told the message and spread that was really, really good. And I like that he's being so open about that in his life. And that must have been a very significant night for him that he decided to make a music video around. If not, it's something that is relatable to everyone, and we've all had nights like that where it's that dramatic. We've been there in our past, finding ourselves, but it was a much more difficult struggle for him. It seems, and so being where he is now is so awesome. Seeing where he came from and what he dealt with, because it really shows how far he's come and how far his struggle is, and so it's just tremendous to see that he's looking back and sort of ruminating in a good way. Katy Perry had a ruminating video too recently. Everyone's having ruminating videos during this period of time, I'm noticing. That's because we're all thinking a lot, and that's good. Introspection is good. So let's mosey on out. What's in the description below?
Yeah, in the description below we have some links for some fundraisers for the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as links to our Instagram, our Twitter, and our gaming channel.
That's right. Other than that, have a life. Thanks, and bye, or whatever. That's alright. Bye or whatever. Yeah. Whatever.